Hey guys, I want to take this opportunity to make a video to share with you one of the projects that I've been working really hard for these past couple weeks, which is partially why I haven't really had any new content for you. But also, I just really wanted to get this to the point, which we'll talk about here in a second, to share with you and to go over some of the things I've done, but also just to update a progress of a video that I made years ago. Sometimes the projects that I work on end up being like a nice short day project or week project, and other ones end up apparently taking, what, 6 years? So, which is always something that kind of bothers me. I really like having projects have a beginning and an end, and like an end date. And I've always wanted to finish this project, and it just kept getting pushed off and pushed off. So I'm really happy to see it at this place. You have no idea how exciting it was for me to get to this, to throw it on, to see how it looked, and I'm super stoked. So obviously it is my Ghostbusters Proton Pack. Now, one thing to point out right away is it's not going to be the most accurate pack you've ever seen. I didn't really take the initiative to try and make a specific pack, like a Egon pack or a Venkman pack. I didn't really want to do that. I want to do something that's for me. When I wear my Ghostbusters costume to conventions or to Halloween or anything like that, it says my last name on my chest, not a replica of one of the guys. As much as I loved Egon in the films, I've always felt a very close, I don't know, connection to that geeky science guy. Actually, each of them have a little point that you really connect with. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do my own thing, especially since my daughter also has her own set, and she has the Spirit Halloween version, and I really wanted to always do my own version of the pack. So starting off, the big thing that I wanted to do was the Ghostbusters 1-pack. There's a few little details. It's very few things, unless you get really into the minutiae of the detailing between Ghostbusters 1 and 2, you probably won't really notice that there's a difference in the pack, but there's quite a few cosmetic things. One of the main thing that I've always been drawn to has been this bit right here, the coil wires. They twist around and they go in. They're rainbow in Ghostbusters 2, and they're this kind of like multiple wire look for GB1, which is why I went with that look. Now, the cool thing about this pack is it wasn't, when I originally first started doing the packs, I wanted to use these vacuum shells that I got, and they were great, but I had the opportunity to sell one of them and get a fiberglass shell, which I did here, and I got this from a really, really good friend, John Anderson, back in Ontario, so I've had this for a long time, and he helped me get this pack, even though it wasn't a perfect pack as well. So I kind of took into that. I was like, oh, that's not perfect, that's fine. I'll make any alterations I need to make, and then make it mine. So he also was able to get me a rubber bumper here, which I think is just kind of really cool. But yeah, all the details were really interesting. There are some things in the build that I wanted to kind of work out for myself, and some things I try to get as accurate as possible. For instance, I got a lot of the brass clipboard pieces. They're pretty neat. I do have the newer generation of these elbow bits that you'll see here in the close-ups. They're really nice, and they work well enough, even though they're not accurate to the packs themselves. One thing I did do to the pack that it's been, it's up and down as far as how people feel about it, and as far as the collectors and the makers, and that is I did use the Mattel Matty Collector wand for it. I wanted to kind of skip some steps. I'm not strong electronically wise for props. When I did my phaser in a previous video, it was very scary to do. So what I want to do is have that function, and this has all the sounds and stuff. So what I also did is I got the chip packs that will eventually install on this to complete it, that will have lights going, but then also work the pack into a bigger speaker and run that way as well. So I'm really excited to get all that in there. I still have a few pieces to do on this, and even as you're seeing the close-ups, I'm sure you've noticed a couple little things. I also don't have labels. They're coming as well. And really, it's just been a joy to build this, to put it together, to find some parts. Again, not everything is accurate, but I'm really happy with how it looks. It looks like a Proton Pack. When I'm wearing it, I feel amazing. It's one of those things that I've always wanted, and most of the props that you see on my channel are ones that I have a kind of a connection with from my childhood. They're ones that I imagined having, or had toy versions or made versions. My first Proton Pack that I ever made was a backpack with yarn taped to it, and then taped on the other end was a rolling pin that I drew on with crayon. I'm sure my mother wasn't happy about it, but I did do that. That was my Proton Pack. She did later get us, my brother and I, the toy packs, and they were cool. I wish I knew what happened to mine, but those are a lot of fun, and I always loved being a Ghostbuster. So I can't wait to actually finish this up and get some pieces complete done, and then do a full proper video on every little thing that I've done. I have taken some progress photos, but getting to this point has been a journey of love, attention, and real childhood excitement. So I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this a little bit. It's really fun. It's really fun building things like this. It's big. It's not the biggest prop I've made, but it is a big prop as far as all the little things. You know, I had to cut all the tubes and make the tubes the right length and put them together, and my girlfriend helped me do all the welding on it so that it actually looked really good. And I really appreciate that because my welding lines were not looking good. But if you guys have any questions at this juncture, at this point, please ask me down below. I will have some more videos coming up, I promise. I'm hoping to do a couple different specific videos that I've been planning on sharing. Some things that you've probably seen in the background, and some things that I've been planning on to show you. So please, please stay tuned to that. I hope you guys are staying safe and secure during this entire quarantine lockdown time. I hope you guys got some projects done. Have any of you who watched this video been working on any projects, any big projects, small projects? Let me know down below. I'm really interested to hear how people have been spending their time. Yes, I've been very project oriented. I'm slowing down a little bit now, which is nice because I got a lot done. So, which is great. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for following along, subscribing, commenting. I do see all your comments. I try and reply to each and every one of them. But as always, thanks for watching.